Hello, my makeup loving friends. How's it going? Welcome back. It has been almost a week, and that means we have some new makeup releases. And with me today, I have the gorgeous, beautiful, wonderful Anna.
Hey!
She's come from Zumba
I
because she's an active person. Can't comprehend it, but there you go. Tia isn't available today. She's busy with her life.
Oh, so I'm like, oh, we're like the Wish. So Tia is like the Scandinavian that you ordered, and I'm the Scandinavian that arrived.
I looked for a spin and I've got Swede instead.
No, so disappointing.
Close enough. I saw this like everyone thinks like all the Scandinavians are the same, and it's like saying like, oh, the Welsh are like the Irish. Like, no. No. Anyways, you guys have been tagging me like crazy, and you know that there would be no episode without you guys. So a big thank you to Brianna, Ali, Beth, Gillian, Miss Charlie, Trentopia, Makeup Release Radar, Shanna, Emily, Eve, Chrissy, Claire, Hannah, Rhea, Tia, Missa, Flick, Heather, Susie, JW, Tina, Sue, Laurie, Missy, Manuela T, Gina, Yasmin, Kaylee, Lisa G, Wilma Fingerdew, Catherine, Gregory, Daniela, and Letty. A massive thank you to you all. I massively appreciate it. And a big thank you to my Patreons. You're an excellent bunch and have been quite lovely to me. And we actually have a birthday this week. So happy birthday to the fabulous Tina, all the way down in Australia.
Oh, do you have to say it upside down? Happy birthday!
I started and then I was like, I don't know how to put myself upside down.
Oh, no.
Anyways, I tried. Our theme this week is comfort zone, and I came up with this a few days ago, and I had been planning on doing a makeup look, but I was in a little bit of a car incident on Monday, and I'm still kind of sore from it / very anxious. So I just didn't do makeup, and as I said, Anna did exercise.
Also, my comfort zone is definitely hiding from my kids. So, I mean, I feel like I'm fulfilling the theme here.
My Patreons have done some looks, so you can see them now. But we have some new makeup releases to talk about, and the very first one is from Gourmand Cosmetics, and this is their new, and everyone has been taking the piss out of me because of the way that I pronounce this word. I pronounce it ethereal because that's how we say it in the west of Ireland, but it's apparently ethereal, so ethereal palette. See, I can say it, go fuck yourselves. This is retailing now for $54.99. You can use my code. I have a code, Teresa, it'll give you money off, but there's other codes like Cosmic, etc. They'll give you money off. It's a beautiful blend of multi-chromes and duochromes, and it is beautiful. I have a video up on my channel already, kind of talking about it, watching it in the natural light. It's so beautifully glittery. My friend's wedding is coming up, and I am using that palette as part of it, and I have it here. It is quite nice. It's quite nice.
Quite beautiful.
Yeah.
This might be my replacement instead of the dragon fruit. What is it? Does it come from America? Do you know what? I'm so ignorant. Is it an American brand or is it?
Yeah, it is.
But do you like £55,000 in shipping or?
No.
No. Oh.
No.
No.
No. Because all of this, like I got this in 3 other things, and I did not have a lot of taxes and duties and stuff to pay. And I was really, really pleasantly surprised with this because you know with like duochromes and stuff, you usually have to put down like a glitter primer.
Yeah.
Did not with this.
Ah.
And you could see it even in the video how pretty it looked. But I was like, I'm going to put this through its paces. And even like going out into the sunlight in it, it has just the most beautiful, sparkly, I'm a transcendent pixie from, you know, another planet. Like it's this color, pure, I believe it, yeah, pure, is just makes me want to weep. I use that on a highlighter.
You're selling it. You should be their spokesperson. Yeah, I want it.
It's beautiful.
How do you pronounce it? Is it Cleonad?
Cleona.
That's the one. When I tried to get the palette because with the shipping and with the taxes, it ends up being like £99, which
Oh,
I don't have that.
but I'm surprised it's only £99 because if you look at it in like Canadian dollars, I think it was like $120 or something like that,
Yeah,
$120.
it
So
ends up being very, very expensive. So that's a good alternative
I was
with a
shocked.
code as well.
I was shocked with this.
Good.
Like very, very good. Like I said, this is coming with me to a wedding because I'm doing my makeup and one of the bridesmaids as well. I'm like doing her eye makeup and I'm bringing this with me. And I
Yeah,
showed it to the bride and she was like, "Yes, that's exactly what I want." So,
yeah. No, it's gonna have
I
to
mean, the tiny, like I just dipped my finger in, did not do a big swirly swirly, and then you get something quite nice. I do have a lot of lights on.
it's gonna have to come home with me, Teresa.
It
And
went, I was so impressed, and it's good because I was gifted that obviously by Christina from Gourmand Girls. Let's be like fully transparent. But I was like, I really hope I like this. Let's see how this goes. But
yeah,
fuck me.
it's beautiful, and I'm really sold on the idea of having just like a duochrome, multichrome, like because I have the bright mattes and things like that. So I like the idea of having just a pure.
And like even just the packaging, it's nice, it's small, it's compact. There's no big, bulky, annoying silliness with it.
And especially if you don't need a primer, because I hate glitter glues and glitter primers. I hate them.
I even got told with the look that I did with this that I should do something like that for my own wedding. So
With a nice hairpiece to go with it.
and I was very, very happy. And do you know, I feel like every release they're coming out with like of late, it's been like strength to strength to strength.
Mm,
So I'm like, I'm very, very happy with it. And obviously, because Christine is lovely, you want to see good things happening.
definitely, yeah.
So I love it. Very,
Well,
very, very happy with it.
gonna have to come and live with me.
I kind of think, well, you know, when you're over here, have a swatch of it, have a little play around.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. You're all invited round for tea and Tito's and Kimberly biscuits, and we're going to sit and we're going to swatch Gourmand Girls and all of my other stuff because we're ridiculous. But I think just even like the pictures of the swatches, she's done really well because she made sure that it isn't just like swatches on a pale skin tone, she's
No.
deeper skin tones as well. So I'm impressed. When I put it to you guys, 59% of you said that you were excited about it. 32% said that, you know, we shall see because at this point only a few shades had been revealed and I was sitting there with the whole fucking palette in my house being like, hey, I'm feeling very, very content with myself. And 9% of you poor things, are on a no-buy and said, don't tempt me. I friggin' love this palette and I think that you guys will enjoy it too.
It's a strong start.
It really is. And I gotta say, this next one, I think this is pretty nice as well. This is coming August 12th. So by the time you're watching this, it's already available. This is the Sorcerer palette. It is a 9-pan palette. It has 4 mattes, 1 duochrome, and 4 multi-chrome. And whew, some of those swatches look very, very nice. It's retailing for $38.99. Like if you're looking at one of the photos, there's like this kind of fuchsia shimmer shade in the top left, and it looks like liquid when it's swatched. Like it looks very pretty. I like this.
I like, is it Ariane?
Yes. Oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it?
Polymorph.
Mm.
That's doing things to me.
I think it's because those shades, I would be like, not only would I use those for the eye, I would use those as highlighters as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I would have skipped the matte.
Yeah, same.
I would have put in 4 more either shimmers or multichromes.
I agree. I kind of think, although in theory, I do like if you have a palette and it has to be either half mattes or do full metallic. Now they have kind of hit the thing
Usable mattes.
Yeah. Now they have hit the
a matching light.
They have hit the thing of like having it about 50% matte, but I think when you have a 9-pan palette, just fucking do it. Just go for the multi-chrome. Like, I mean, the mattes do kind of somewhat correspond to each other, but I think that you could have just gone without them, frankly.
Yeah, apart from, I mean, the blue. What are you going to use the blue with?
Mm.
That's the only thing. You'd have to do that with the topper. The other three you can blend.
Yeah.
But yeah, the blue could have just been another. That could have been a miss shade.
I agree. I do think it's lovely, and I like that in the photos they've kind of given of the swatches. They've said here's like a single swipe with no primer. Here's what it's built up over primer, and I like kind of getting that information.
Yeah,
that they're being so like transparent about that. And I've had quite a few people slip into my DM, so to speak, about Fantasy Cosmetics, because that's the name of the brand. And they've gotten some of their palettes before, and they reckon they're very good quality. Now, I can't say anything because I haven't tried them, but the fact that people are reaching out to me, kind of going, yeah, I've tried them, I love. I think was it their Druid palette. Somebody was talking to me about that at one point, and they were like, yeah, haven't been able to put it down since I got it. So it bodes well. Yeah, I like that they have those pictures there and they're being super transparent about what they look like. And again, they've done the same as Gourmand Girls and showing us on like a paler skin tone and a deeper skin tone, which I'm like, brilliant. Because indie brands have really struggled with that historically, not out of like badness or forgetting about people, but because it can be very difficult to source somebody to do swatches. And I think a lot of indie brands are much more conscious of that nowadays and are making major efforts to make that happen. So gotta say, big props that they may be a smaller business, but they're really trying to do it right from the get-go. Pretty impressed.
It's really pretty. It's not something I would pick up because I think that ethereal. I can't say it at all. The one you showed us before.
Yes, thank you. See, it's not just me. I thought it.
I am a card-carrying foreigner though, so I get away with it. You forget this, don't you? Until I try and pronounce a really weird word, and I'm like, what I was trying to say, apart from the fact that I can't say the word, is that I think that one pips it to the post for me. And I think a couple of the shades are a little bit similar, so it's not. I wouldn't get both.
I agree. I think like if and I'm going to pronounce it correctly, ethereal palette hadn't come out at the same point,
I think this one would have had a bit more of a oomph.
I think so too. So that's not like taking anything from it. I think they've done really, really well.
Yeah.
But like, I wouldn't be in any way sad if like this turned up.
If it fell into my haul, I wouldn't go no.
Yeah.
No.
I like it.
I would take out that blue. This is wild magic. I would take out that blue matte.
Yeah.
Swap that for like another kind of multi-chrome.
Yeah.
And then I'd be quite happy with those other mattes. Cause
I think I'd want like a multi-chrome that goes like white pink in there. I think that would be really pretty, and that would just kind of, I think, pull it all together.
Yeah.
It's $38.99, so very affordable. You know, when you think of it, again, we're looking at like an indie brand.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty darn nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'd only make minor edits to it, and I can be a picky bitch. So.
Yeah, no, they've done well. I'm impressed. That the polymorph and the arcane, he says, not Arian. I can't read.
Arcane,
Arcane and polymorph. Those two. I mean, I'd love those two as singles.
Oh God, yeah, they're beautiful. I agree. I'd have them as highlights, like big pans, just to smash into my face. Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was really cute, and I think quite a few of you are on the same sort of vibe, because 46% of you said that you loved it, 41% said not for me, and 13% said I like some of it. So we had pretty much a majority kind of saying that you liked that. And then Made by Mitchell was like, hey, I'm coming out with a whole chunk of stuff, and I will say I'm so salty that so much stuff is available on the TikTok shop, and that is not available here in Ireland. And and there's all these amazing deals, and I'm like, it's so unfair just down to geographic fucking location. But he has a lot of stuff, and there's a mango palette for £25. There's 6 new shades of blush, which, I mean, shut the fuck up, I love them. £14 each. And then there's the graph ink liners in 6 different shades, £12 each. I mean, okay, we'll start off with the eyeshadow palette first. This is less expensive than his previous palettes, because when he started first, I believe the palettes were initially £35, so he's made it a lot more affordable. I've kind of found like the palettes hit or miss in terms of the quality. Yes. Very good point. And I've had a few people say this, in that
it's the safe extra spice.
Yeah, it has major parallels.
As I saw it, I was like, I thought it was that they just like
mastered it.
Yeah, it's the safe extra spice, like pretty much shade for shade.
I will say it's, to date, in my opinion, the most cohesive colour story he's put out. I much prefer the direction he's going in with this than any of his previous palettes.
Yeah.
I have the 3 palettes so far that he's done.
Yeah.
3 big palettes. And sometimes like the quality just was a bit at times. But the fact that this is less expensive, I'm like, okay, that's going in the correct direction. I like that the packaging isn't as faffy. You know, he's had packaging before where like you almost couldn't figure out the colour story because you were so confused by the background.
Yeah.
Like, that he seems to have listened to that, so I'm here for it. But it is a bit unfortunate that there is quite a parallel between that and the extra spice.
Extra spice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even a parallel. It's I'm just looking at the shades. It's just literally the same shades.
I see that, and I think that's why I looked at it and I was like, I like that, and I was like, but I know I have palettes like this already.
Yeah.
You know, and that happens to be one of them. But if you're a Made by Mitchell fan, you're you're gonna get it anyway. So you're not.
I think he's gonna do well.
I think so too.
I think because he's got the couple of nude, the more neutral shades there, so it's a good all rounder, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think he's going to do well. I'm not going to buy it because I have, as you can see, I have the Safe Extra Spice, and it just like it just seems silly.
Yeah, I will say though, there's so many people though who don't buy from Revolution for many reasons, and if they've liked that color story, but they just couldn't get it, I think this is your one to get, and it's the fact that the price is less than it used, like their palettes used to be. I'm liking the direction. Yeah, but can we just fucking talk about the blushes, which I'm still annoyed that they're called blushes, and I'm trying to follow back.
I don't know if I will get shot down. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I hate yellow and orange blush. I hate them.
It's totally dependent, because I know Wilma feels exactly the same.
Yeah.
I know Wilma does not like yellow. I love a yellow and orange blush. I just think they look so interesting. I know it makes me look fucking jaundiced, and it brings me back to the time where my liver was failing. But sometimes it's nice to go back down memory road and look like a Simpsons character. And I mean the quality, the
quality is there. I mean, I use them. It's what I use in my kits. The only time I don't use them is if someone requests vegan products. But apart from that, I use them all the time, like on every customer, both the bronzers and the blush. I hate orange blush.
Yeah.
Well, not some orange. I think some people can pull off an orange, like Callie.
Yeah. But I will also point out
fucking bin bag. But
thank you. Yes, exactly.
But you know, some people can really pull off an orange blush. I'm not one of them.
It totally depends on your undertones.
Yeah.
Totally does.
I think I'd be able to because I'm warm toned, but it just doesn't look right on me.
I can see Missa rocking these.
Well, obs, but again,
the orange. Yeah, it's very frustrating. I love these. Now I can't afford these at the moment because, as I said earlier in the episode, I had a little smashy, so that's gonna cost me. So unfortunately, not for the moment, but like I like this. And then, like, obviously, then we have the graph ink liners. I have quite a few of his graph ink liners, and I do like the formula of them. So I don't think these are necessarily like super special colors, but I can understand why he's coming out with them because it's just like extending the line of existing products. I think in all, this is a pretty decent collection.
Yeah, it looks like the blush is stained because if you look at the where he swatched the liners, he's still got like a dark orange line.
Oh yeah.
That might be one to just bear in mind.
Very good point. Very good point.
So yeah, that might be one to just bear in mind that when you wash it off, you might still be wearing it. That I did make me to say I do quite like the one that's almost a concealer kind of tone, like a very pale peach.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
cute.
it is.
That's good for like a no makeup day.
I like it.
To mix other shades with.
I'm going to say it right now. Obviously, there is no TikTok shop in Ireland, but I know quite a few of you who are in England. So, perk up thine ears. If there is ever a deal going on all 6 of these, keep me in mind, alert me, and I will give you the money for it. We will meet at midnight in cloaks at the Devil's Cross, and money shall change hands, and I shall have the blushes. And it's a very convoluted idea, but it will happen. So
I'll buy them for you for free if you find me Paul Rudd's skincare routine.
I think this collection is really very smart. I think he's pitched it at the correct price.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. When I put it to you guys, 31% of you loved it when it came to the palette, 47% said not for me, and 23% said that you like some of it. And then I don't have any information on the blushes or the ink liners, but I assume that quite a few of you will shit yourself for the blushes. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of shit, here we have Huda recycling their ideas. Huda is the pinnacle of, I had one good idea once and I'm going to continue to re-shove it into your face. It's like, you know that kid who draws you a rainbow and you go, oh, what a lovely rainbow. And then by day 10, they're still giving you a rainbow and you're like, I can't keep telling you that this is a lovely rainbow. Fucking draw me something else. This is their love fest obsessions, and I don't have a love fest for this. I have a hate fest. I fucking hate it. There's a marbled eyeshadow. This is just a smaller, condensed version of their Naughty and Nice palette, which, by the way, fucking dreadful name. And I am convinced that the quality of the 9-pan palette is totally different to her bigger palettes because I find them to be, and I know people are going to get annoyed at me, trash. I just don't find them pigmented. I think they are overpriced and
I find them in TK Maxx a lot.
I do too.
Which I think says a lot. I will say, and I know we don't agree on this because I like a good mascara, and I know a lot of people say they're not asked about mascaras, but I do like a good mascara, and I do quite like because I'm guessing that it's like a lower lash, and
it looks like it, yeah.
And I like that because it is tricky sometimes, and I do tend to wear a lot of mascara like that on my cheeks. I do like that idea of having that nice formula, but with the double-ended brush.
I actually kind of agree with you there because my lashes are fucked, right? I believe is the correct term. I have stubby little lashes on my eyelids, and then my lower lash line, they're really quite long. So like it's fine for my mascara one for like the top lashes, but then as soon as I go near the bottom lashes, I just end up with black everywhere.
Yeah.
So although I don't get like excited about mascara in general, I could see this having a place in my life. Do you know what I mean?
I know, because I know it was a Clinique that released a lower lash mascara, and I'm like, I don't want 2 different mascaras. I want the same mascara. I just want 2 different brushes. And I think they've kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
So I might, if there was a waterproof version, I might be interested.
Totally fair.
Again, with the exercise, I require the waterproofest of all waterproof mascaras. at all times, because I sweat a lot.
Yeah. They're
I
already.
feel bad. I haven't told the masses that this bra that I'm currently wearing. This is a bra, and it's sopping wet.
This is an NSFW video at the moment. Like, wet girls. Woot woot.
Wet bra competition.
Yeah. These are already available on Cult Beauty, by the way. They've already hit there. Like the palette is $27 or something.
I'm interested in the palette.
Way too expensive. Don't give a shit about that.
No.
Then they have the cream blushes, which come in 2 different shades, and they're $35 each, which I'm going to say way too expensive for what that is. And then I got a very, very good point that was messaged to me either today or yesterday, where they said that the pans that they come into reminded them of something from Revolution, and that they had something like this, and because of the way that the pan, etc., was stored, the product dried out really quickly. And considering it's a cream product, that would piss me off if I paid that much for a cream product and then had it dry out.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, thanks.
No. And then they have like these like mini quad lipsticks. 2 of them are liquid lipsticks and then 2 are like balms. And I'm like, I just don't care. No. I don't give a shit.
I have a few of the liquid lipsticks and I think they crash.
Fair. I think it's one of those things that it's so subjective.
They're a little bit prick sticky. They are like the Revolution lip kits from like 2016, where you put it on and it was like, I can't make my mouth. Because they were so sticky. That's how I've got a couple of. I think I got 2 or 3 of the demi mattes, and they're a bit like that.
I liked the demi mattes, to the point that I got all of them because in for a penny, in for a pound.
And I also found that the shades don't, like, any swatches of the shades don't correlate to what the shade actually looks like when you have it.
Oh, who needs like swatches that correlate to the actual product? That's totally unnecessary. I'm so sick of Huda at this stage in terms of like the majority of their products. I get really angry with the fact that she doesn't seem to know that there are eyeshadows outside of the pink and purple range. I'm like, girl, there are fucking other things. And I know she's like gotten all like into the whole NFT thing, and she's kind of said, oh, I'm stepping back from my business, which then just sell it. Like, if you're not into it, just sell it, get rid of it. I don't care. Don't care about this. It's overpriced. It's nonsensical. If you do like the palette, hey, wait until W7 does a fucking dupe of it, and I guarantee that the fucking quality of it will probably be better, because I'd sooner get a W7 dupe of it than a Huda at this point, because I don't trust their formulas.
Yeah.
Overpriced nonsense.
I do still want. I'm still interested in the apple perfume.
Yes, and this they're also coming out with like a cherry perfume as well.
Yeah, it just reminded me because I have an obsession with apple scented stuff, and it's really hard to find. And I am interested in that, but I am waiting for it to be on some sort of an offer because I'm not paying that price.
I do not give a shit about this release.
No.
It's a bad one when the most interesting thing is possibly the mascara.
Yeah.
Like, where are we in our lives?
I'm quite interested in, and I'm gonna go and have a look on Cult Beauty if it's waterproof, and I might get it. I have used my Lancome doll eyes for the last 15 years, and I feel like I probably should widen my horizons.
Fair. Yeah. When I put it to you guys, I love that we're all in the same little echo chamber. 12% if you loved it, 66% said not for me, and 22% said I like some of it.
Probably the mascara.
Yeah, or even the fragrance, honestly. I think that's where a lot of us are. Ralph was like, yes. Not thoughts, only point. I gotta say, collection confused me because when I saw this initially, there was parts of this that made me think Beauty Bay because it looked a lot like, you know, the smaller pan palettes that Beauty Bay have. But also just like, remember when Crayola came out with their inexplicable makeup line a few years ago?
Yeah.
It's given me that vibe, and I'll be honest with you, I think this is nonsense. I don't get it. I don't like it. This is She Glam of Shein. Now, I gotta say, I have quite a few things from She Glam. I think, in general, the quality is pretty darn good.
Mm.
But this confuses me because there's a merry-go-round water-activated shadow palette, which I'm like, do you mean a liner palette? Is strangely phrased, but then when they show you the swatches, they look awful.
Yeah, they look bad.
Yeah.
They look like the cheap watercolors that you sometimes get in kids' magazines that come with like a plastic brush that you can't actually get any payoff from.
But it looks like
they're very niche.
It looks like they've swatched it on a gravel like pavement.
Yeah.
Like it's like chalk on a gravel pit. That's what it looks like, and I'm like, this is so bad. And you know they'd have edited and touched that up. So if that was the best that they could do, it must be shocking. But like, obviously it's cheap, but I still wouldn't pay that much for it. It's $6.99. And then they have their multi-function color stick, which is confusing. It comes in, I think, 6 different shades, and it says it's a pigmented stick, matte and shimmer finishes, $4.99 each. And they're primarily like, there's pinks and reds in there, there's 2 kind of browns, and then there's a random blue.
Obviously, there's a pop of blue.
Why?
Are you even doing makeup if you don't have a pop of blue?
But like the sticks themselves are so big that I don't know, like, is it that they want them to be for the eyes? But if they want them to be for the eyes, you couldn't do anything like very precise. It'd be very difficult. And then if you want them for the face, then why the fuck do you have a blue? Somebody please explain, because I'm struggling. I don't get it. And then the other things that they have is like there's a random clear lip gloss, which, okay, I guess, like who cares? $4.49, and a Your It brush set for $6.99. Which
they look so bad.
Yeah, they really do.
They look like the brushes that you got with the paint that you used to get in magazines.
That came with the plastic mixing palette, and they've been sellotaped in.
Yeah, you can't use that. You can't use those.
Except maybe to start a fire.
No, they look absolute trash. Utter trash. Like the furthest on the left.
Yeah. Oh God. Like, what even is that?
Why is it this long?
Why is
what she said?
Why is it rectangularly shaped?
Yeah, it's like a place it there to do your whole nose contour in one move. You don't even have to swipe, you just go, done it.
Sexy. It looks really bad, and I can even just see by looking at them, they're going to scratch your face.
Yeah, and they're really shiny, so you can see that they're not going to pick anything up.
No, I don't understand it. It's so bad.
I might buy them for Missa and send them and tell them she has to use them with the box of makeup I got her.
For this entire collection, I don't think that there is a redeeming factor here.
No, it's shit.
There's nothing good here.
It's funny, like, I looked at it quickly earlier and I was like, I don't hate the design as much as I've done with some of the others. Like when Colourpop did some childish one, the Crayola, I'm sure Revolution will have done one. I was like, I don't hate the whole drawing because it kind of looks like an adult colouring book type thing. But the more I look at it, the more I hate it all.
Yeah. It's a slow burn.
Yeah, but burn it must.
Oh, 5,000%.
Yeah, I hate it. And I hadn't actually seen the brushes until just now, and oh my God, they are so bad.
Yeah. You couldn't even use them to do painting with.
No, you can't use them for anything.
No. I hate it.
Literally anything.
And I think this just gives them such a bad name, because I will say I've gotten quite a few bits from She Glam and I do enjoy it. I think they're pretty decent quality, but this is shocking.
Do you know what? I might buy them, and do you know what I could use them for? I could use them to clean out the cat's water fountain, because it's one of them that's got loads of little nooks and crannies, and I'm guessing I could. So yeah, I might get them just for that, and I will put that in the review.
That's all we ask. Yeah, I think this is the fucking worst thing I've seen come from She Glam.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much. When I put it to you guys, you all thought the same sort of thing. 8% of you loved it.
What's wrong with them?
Look, everyone hits these things by mistake.
Have you blocked them?
I really should look into the data.
Melissa.
Probably was. She does these things just to hurt me. 77% of you said not for me, and 15% said I like some of it. I'm assuming it's the amazing brushes. This one I thought was really fucking odd, and it's like different, but I'm not sure what the story is with this. This is Essence Cosmetics, and it's their 1-2 Freeze primer. They say it's a fruity face primer. Me too. With a cool texture transformation. When it's stored in the freezer, the gel texture of the primer turns into a sherbet-like texture. When applied, it has a cooling effect that minimizes the size of pores, and it comes in 2 formulas. One is glow boosting, and the other one is hydrating. And it's coming soon, so we don't know the price, but it's Essence, so it's going to be affordable. What I will say is, if you're using a freezer thing, right, it will minimize your pores for all of like maybe 5 minutes, and then it'll go back to how it was. So,
number one, I think you will find that most things that you have stored in a freezer will have a cooling effect. Most, if not all, things stored in a freezer will have a cooling effect when applied on the skin. And 2, making something a sherbet texture, unless it's an exfoliator, is not a good selling point.
I'm so confused by this.
Why are you saying this as if it's a good thing? This is going to scratch the fuck out of your face. Enjoy.
But it's
You're
okay
welcome.
because you're going to have a cooling effect, so it's not going to hurt as much.
The burn!
It's like, I don't... Right, I'm all for...
Of course it's going to have a cooling effect. You've had it in the freezer for a week.
Just get a lump of ice from the freezer
fucking
and
ice
shove it
pop.
onto your face. Same.
An ice pop with sugar in will get that grip as well for your foundation to go on nice, and it'll be cool as fuck. What is going on?
I feel like we're very much going into the end of days, and this might be one of the...
angry again. This happened last time, Teresa. I got angry, and now I'm getting angry again.
Fair. But I just feel like we're going into the end of days, and this is one of the lesser known signals of the apocalypse.
Well, all we need now is someone releasing something inspired by a fucking grace table.
Shut up, because that will happen. It will happen with the way the fucking makeup is going. There's part of me that wants this just to be like, the fuck is this?
And also because Sahil would absolutely love it.
Oh, shut up. I was telling him...
I'd like these.
He probably would. To be fair, I was showing him the Applebee's Winky Looks thing from last week, and he was like, And I was like, no! 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 Like...
But right, so do they think that people are stupid? Oh, if you put this in the freezer, it gets cold.
My question is, the people who are coming up with this, have they ever used makeup?
Or a freezer?
So many questions.
Did you use a freezer once and go, it's got cold!
What technology is this? But this is why, like, for years, people have, like, the big beauty gurus have had those little mini fridges on their desks that they put, like, their skincare stuff into. This is not new.
No.
Like, but they're spinning it as though it is. And there's so much of me that is just like, this seems so fucking nonsensical. I kind of want it. But then I'm like, no, don't buy shit. Because you'll try it once, fucking hate it, and throw it away.
St. Ives apricot scrub. Or used as a primer. Miss, I try it.
To be fair, she's done worse to her face. We know she went through that period of St. Ives stuff and just shoving that onto her face, so...
Yeah. Stick it in the freezer first.
Yeah. It'll really help. I don't get this. I think this is the fucking strangest thing I've seen in a while. And I think a lot of you were thinking the same things when I put it to you guys. 26% of you loved it, and 74% correctly said, not for me.
So can we assume that those 26% have never tried don't have a freezer at home and don't understand the concept of freezers?
Look, I will point out it's been very hot. I'm very confused, and the idea of something
Difficult humans.
but the idea of something cooling on our face seems very nice right now. I don't blame anyone for saying yes, because it's been a difficult period of time. I understand you. I empathize. But we need to do better as humans, really.
This is bad, and Essence should feel bad about it.
But we have something much nicer to talk about now, thank Jesus. This is About Face from Healthy. So last week we talked about Face having their sub-brand of AF94, but this is the bigger brand of About Face, which is a bit more expensive. But they're coming out with Cheek Freak Blush Balm, which is available now. There are 10 shades, and they're $18 each. And oh my God, I am loving the ranges of these, and like the depths. Fuck me, they're gorgeous.
Some of them are stunning. I'm not just scrolling through my phone, by the way. This PDF. I'm not just like bored of this
work on this, and I put together a PDF.
Oh yeah, I'm just like WhatsApping my mates. No, I don't have any friends. Don't worry. They are beautiful. They're really, really beautiful.
And I gotta say, $18. Bearing in mind that we talked about Huda Beauty with their fucking ridiculousness for $35. This is much more interesting shades.
What's that then? £12-13. That's not bad.
I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah.
She's affordable. This is very, very relevant, very new.
Yeah. There are like 2 or 3 peachy ones there that are really pretty. I'm just gonna. Oh, you can't even see because it just goes into a white screen. But like the bottom right corner on the top picture, that's very, very pretty. It's very me. I like that one.
Do you know what I like? I like that they've kind of taken one tone of, like, say, a peach, and they have intensified it so that it's going to work across different skin tones. So I'd go obviously with the lightest peach color, but then there's a very deep orange, and that's going to look beautiful on a darker skin tone. So I think they've really thought about this across like different people, and I love kind of the inclusivity of that. Like, there's blushes in there that are so deep and so dark that, I mean, I look ridiculous on them, but like,
same.
I think these are really smart, and the price point is really good. I think it seems like she's working really hard to try and keep this as affordable as she can. And I will say Beauty Bay are stocking About Face as well. So
interesting.
Just putting that information out there to you right now. And as per usual, I will have my disgusting affiliate links down below in the description box. If you feel like treating yourself, I'll get a tiny little kickback with which to keep the lights on.
Yeah, no, I'm loving them. Yeah, I might have to pick at least one of them up. I'm
really impressed.
Yeah.
Really, really impressed. Like, I think there's quite a few celebrity branded like makeup brands that are out there that aren't as awful as I thought they were going to be.
No.
Like, there's a few out there that are definitely capturing my interest, and this is definitely on the list. I fucking love this. When I put it to you guys, 73% of you loved it.
That's very high.
That's very, very high.
Because we're a harsh lot.
We are. We're like, I hate everything and everyone. And I'm going to say it. My little gothic heart enjoys that amount of just
absolutely
behavior. I love it.
The cynic in me is happy every time.
Absolutely. Then obviously we have Colourpop. Are you surprised? Not really. So this is some graphics incliners, which I'm like, this is so similar to even the naming of the Made by Mitchell ones. It's quite interesting. Yeah, similar-ish colours as well. These are available as you're watching. They're available now. They're $9 each, or you can get the full set for $85. I will say there's some interesting shades in there, like the Mint Frappe, the Drama Free, I'm Obsessed, and the Major Inspo shades. I think they look quite nice. I wonder how pigmented they are, and did they have to build up those swatches?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, is it one swipe or is there half a bottle?
I'm also interested to see how are they going to wear. Are they going to crack?
I have the same issue with eyeliner as I have with mascara. It needs to be like not just waterproof. It has to be basically bomb proof, because even when I'm not exercising, which is not that often that I'm not, I'm a face face sweater. I know I'm sexy. Don't all rush at once to get my number. But yeah, I'm a face sweater, so I just eyeliners tend to just disintegrate on me. So the only ones they're like KBD, like the original one, the tattoo liner that works, and the House Labs original, the felt tip one.
Ah,
That once that's dry, that goes nowhere.
interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to buy from Colourpop and wait for 6 months for Colourpop to arrive and pay, like, for the shipping and that, and then realize that I sweated it off after 10 minutes.
Oh, I'd be so pissed off. Do you know, it's been forever since I bought anything from Colourpop. I would say maybe 2, maybe 3 years since I bought anything from them, because it doesn't make any sense. Because by the time it gets here, it's beyond old news.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the basic is it Basic Instinct? It's called Basic Instinct. The neutral palette, big.
Oh yes, yeah.
I've got it in my kit.
Is it the bare necessities?
Bare necessity, not Basic Instinct.
That's very Sharon there.
From that name.
Crossing over your legs, showing us your vajayjay.
Yes, I have got the Bare Necessities palette, because it's a really good nude palette, and I've got Baroque. Is it?
Yes.
For smoky eyes. But yeah, I've not ordered from them for ages because, like you say, any of the trendy ones, by the time it gets there,
there's no point.
No point. And I try not to get small palettes. Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, and especially with doing it professionally, it's just so much easier to have a few large palettes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I have a ridiculous makeup collection as it is. Like, I'm not saying it's gotten out of hand, but like it has spilled out into most of the rooms of the house I'm renting. So for me, I'm not going to go off and buy something that I already have in my collection, because it wouldn't even do for a review, because it'd be 5 years later. So, I'm intrigued to see how they work. Are they any good? But I in the nicest way possible, don't really care.
No, and also, to be fair, I am, and that's the same with the Mitchell ones. I much prefer a felt tip liner. I don't really like the pot and brush type liners. I like either a gel or a felt tip.
Yeah,
it's a personal preference. It's just what I prefer.
Yeah, see, I like this format. This works for me because that's the way that I like doing my eyeliner. I struggle with a felt tip.
Again, it's useless for a makeup artist because you would have to like try and tip it on. Do you have to decant it onto something?
Yeah.
Before you can use it, or you have to use it once and give it to the customer.
Yeah, like this yours
doesn't make economical sense.
No, not really. Yeah, it's fine. I don't really care in the nicest way possible. When I got to you guys, 23% of you loved it, 38% said not for me, and 39% said I like some of them. And then the very last thing we're looking at is a sneak peek. We know that Be Perfect are doing another collab with Stacey Marie. We've known about this quite some time, and it's on their website now that they've like put the outside of the palette on, and they're like saying it's the XL palette remastered. And I have so many questions, because I'm like, does it mean that it's a new formula? Is it that you've taken some of the existing shades but mixed in some new ones? Have you gotten rid of it? Like, it's very vague, very confusing. That being said, I like Stacey Marie, so I want it to all go very well for her, but I'm just, I don't like when a brand kind of draws something out for this long, and I suspect what they're going to do is wait until like a few hours before it launches and then show the picture, and then they're going to try and capitalize on the FOMO of quickly I must get it, because if they give you time between like here's what it looks like, it's going to release in 10 days, then you have a chance to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
And they don't want that.
Yeah.
I think this is what they're doing. They're trying to build some hype around it. Just my opinion.
I don't have the original XL. I have the Tahiti. and I have the Antidote,
Yeah.
which is really funny because I didn't like it when it came out. And then Lucy, when it went, there was a glitch on Beauty Bay, and it went up for like £9.73, and Lucy bought two, and I think she was possibly the only person who they honoured it to. So she got one for me, and I use it on 9 out of 10 customers now.
It's a good palette.
Turned out to be because it has got, you know, my feelings around rose metals being discontinued. I know. It has all the shades in rose metals. There is kind of a matching shade in the Antidote.
Oh, thanks, sweet merciful Zeus.
So it's not a replacement. Nothing will ever replace it. But I know now that there is something that when that eventually dies, there are shades that are because I've said it before, rose metals is the perfect bridal palette.
I'll never get over that betrayal.
No, I know. Lois, we will never forgive you for this.
What am I meant to do?
It is the perfect bridal palette. It's perfect. But yeah, the Antidote has all of the shades.
But this is kind of making me wonder what the fuck is going to be in this XL Mastered.
So is it just going to be the XL, but like, oh, we made them a bit better?
Or we got rid of the highlighters?
Or is it just like, did you make it better? Or is it just that the people who have the original, those palettes are now that old, that they've gone a bit shit? So are you literally just sending out the same palette again?
I have so many questions. But that being said, I do trust Stacey Marie.
Yeah, I mean, she...
If it was anybody else, I would be dragging it, being like, blah, 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 blah. But I suspect she'd put an awful lot of effort into it. Maybe I'm thinking about this too much, but I don't think she'd just slap her name on it and be like, bleh. I think she thought about this.
Not like when James Charles released the exact same palette when just like a slightly smaller. Why? No, I mean, her stuff is solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
All her stuff that she's released have been absolutely solid. So yeah, I can't see it being bad, but I don't understand. And it's not like they kind of ran out of time and thought, oh fuck it, we'll just have to re-release the XL Pro. It's like you say, they've been building it up for a while.
Oh, I know. I was even like sneak peeking the brushes there. What was it, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Easily, maybe 3 months ago. This has been going on for a while.
In the brushes.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
I am very interested in the brushes. I love brushes.
Fucking same. I have like I came here for like a few days to go to this wedding, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pots of brushes with me. I'm intrigued to see, like, if it was anybody else, I'd be given out and kind of be like, this is bullshit. But
throwing hands.
I suspect she's gonna pull this out of the bag, and anyone who had any questions is gonna be like, I get it now. So I'm intrigued. I just want to see it at this point, is all I can say.
Yeah, I want to see it, and I want her to do well. I want, for her sake, I want it to be good, because I don't want it to be something disappointing and she's then kind of...
Yeah, I think so many people though are in her corner automatically, so I don't think there's any danger of that. What about it to you guys? 18% of you said you were excited, 74% said we shall see, and 8% of you said, I love Stacey Marie. So I felt the need to put that as an option. I just did. But that is it, guys. That's all the stuff that we found semi-interesting to talk about this week, and my lord, was it a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah. It started so strong.
It really did. Strong out the gate with the ethereal palette, and then
just kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah. Look, I mean that's just me in general. Start off strong, then it just like petered off. Like me in PE class, start running really fast for the first minute, and then I'm like, oh god, no! I have vastly overestimated my skills.
Well,
2 minutes in.
Axel, a sports day.
Yeah.
I love my child, but oh my god, we never have to worry about him becoming a professional athlete.
I like that that's a worry. Like I spend most
It
of
costs
my
a
life
lot of money,
working.
doesn't it? You know,
Yeah.
when you have to like pay for shit.
Ugh,
But
and I have ambitions.
not to worry, that will never happen.
I just want a mediocre child.
Perfect.
But anyway, that doesn't mean I have my favorite comment, and this is from the lovely Susie B. She said, "When I tell you, I legit laughed out loud, very loudly, at you mispronouncing "make me up, Missa." I mean, my kids looked at me like I was nuts. Then my 2-year-old started imitating Maka Mup, and that made me laugh harder. I wish anyone had been around for this. I wish I had been there too. Sometimes I'm quite funny."
That it was good. It was strong.
Sometimes. Most of the time I'm just a dry shite, but every so often there's a little bit of humour that just seeps out of me. But yeah.
It's become my standard answer when people go, "Are you okay?" I'm like, no, I'm funny.
Yeah. The trauma has instilled a great sense of humour in me.
It doesn't kill you, give you a really dark sense of humour.
You can tell I'm mentally ill because I have a really good sense of humour. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that is it. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. I have Anna's details down in the description box. Go give her a follow. And do please share, because sharing is caring, except, of course, when it comes to STDs. You just gotta wrap it up. That's all we ask. But that is it. That's the end of the video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!